Hey, what's up, YouTube? It's your boy Jake here with Duds Nation. Hey, I'm sitting here in the car having lunch with my son, and I had an idea. We're going on vacation here coming up, and I want to take you guys along with me. But I also want to pitch you something else. Tech items that will help you survive a long road trip with your children in the car. And let's just say throughout the entire vacation. So come along with me on this trip and see how this thing goes. So we're on the road now, heading on a vacation. We're somewhere around Alabama right now. So I wanted to get this thing started out with item number 1. And I'm going to elaborate a little bit more before I give you that item. Like most of our kids, they're older. I got one 2-year-old you probably hear in the back right now. But they all really have their phones, and they're going to have their own entertainment along the way, aside from him. And one thing that's going to set your trip off the most is all the noise in the car. So my tech item number 1 is going to be pack headphones for everybody. That way there's not a lot of excess noise, and there's plenty of peace and quiet for you and whoever's riding with you to talk and all that kind of stuff. And you don't have to hear 7 or 8 different things all at one time, because you know they're going to be on TikTok and YouTube, everything else. That may be a topic for discussion another day, whether they should be on that stuff or not. But I mean, kids these days, they're consuming a lot of media. So pack some headphones. You're going to thank me later. Item number 2, just bridging on that. Wireless headphones these days are kind of the go-to. AirPods and all that kind of things, but those things have a battery life, and they will eventually expire, and you have to charge them again. And most don't have a really good option for plugging them in while you're trying to listen to them. So my tech tip number 2 is to make sure your phone has a 3.5mm jack. And if it doesn't, buy a dongle so that you can plug in wired headphones. You can find the little dongles. They're about like that. They plug into the USB-Cs or lightning ports on your iPhones, and it'll give you access to use wired-in headphones. And those little dongles are invaluable. You can get them for about, I don't know, $7 at some stores, and some are pretty expensive. One of the ones that I tried to get was one that had a USB-C charging port, but it also had the 3.5mm jack on it as well, so it would allow me to charge my phone and have the headphones plugged in at the same time. Best of both worlds, so I don't have to pick and choose whether I want to listen to my music or charge it. And it doesn't give them an excuse to not have headphones in, because they can't be like, oh, I got to charge my phone so I can't listen through my headphones. Well, this dongle has 2 ports. You can plug in your phone and listen at the same time. So tip number 2 is going to be get a dongle that fits your phone so you can use wired headphones. Hey Des, we made it to our location where we're staying at here in Defuniak Springs, Florida. I wanted to take a little bit of time to go over tech item number 3, and that is power banks. The little devices you can plug your phone into to repower your devices that when they're depleted and you don't have an outlet around. Those are super important. I enjoy them a lot. But we forgot ours, so we're going to be going to Walmart to re-establish one into our setup. That being said, a little bit of a bonus one, and it's kind of the beefier option. So they have these things called power stations, and Jackery and Blue Eddy make them. They are multiple hundreds of watts, and they're really good for going to the beach, which we will be going to later. So that would be a really nice thing for us to have. Rolling right on to tech tip number 4, and it's something that was pretty crucial for us on our way down here, toddler, and he likes to have something going all the time in order to keep him occupied when he wasn't sleeping, and that is going to be a portable DVD player. And I know what you're thinking. They have phones and tablets and all that stuff. Well, it was something that we didn't have to fiddle with a bunch of stuff. Put a disc in it and it just plays. And this one actually was a 2-screen model, so our 10-year-old actually had a screen in front of her at the same time. So it was kind of a win-win for us.
So we can get into the debate whether kids should have screen time or not, but in the car, if you don't want them to make a mess, screen time is really the way to go. And they're going to be asleep most of the way anyway. It's just something to give them a little bit of activity in the car to do when they're not going to be outside running around for a while. So we're going to go enjoy this beautiful town of Defuniak Springs, and we'll be back with tip number 5 here in a little bit. Getting ready to go home on vacation. This is tech tip number 5. That's going to be a cooler of some sort, but preferably, since this is a tech channel, an electric cooler. You can get them for pretty reasonable prices. The one that I'm looking at is about $100, but it goes all the way down to 0, so you can have freezer items in there too. It also goes up to 130, so if you're going on a short trip and have hot weapons that you want to take with you, then you can do that too. So that paired up with the other options like the Jackery can be a really good option on a long road trip to keep your food safe and to keep you guys well hydrated and fed the entire trip.
All right, guys, we're all packed up in the car. We actually have already hit the road on our way back to Indiana. That was my 5 tech items that will help you survive a vacation with your family. All jokes aside, it was a great trip. And look forward to doing it again with all my family that came along for the ride. I know I didn't show you everything, but I mean, it is a private life for a reason. So if you guys want another tech video or a vlogging video where I show more of my experience, I'd be happy to do that in the future. Go ahead and give it a thumbs up and give me a comment saying that down in the comments. So this is Jake with Duds Nation signing out. If you want to see more things like this, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Give me a like if you enjoy this style of content. I'll see you in the next video. Later.